this video lesson, we're going to look at the science tools, the tools of science, because we want to know what those 5 tools of science are. Our desired outcome is that you will be able to identify the skills the scientists use to learn about the world. And now for science tool number 5, making models. So back to our chimpanzees, where we left off. We were talking about classifying their activities, which is what Miss Goodall and her compadres did. But let's consider trying to determine how far chimpanzees travel. That might have been something that Miss Goodall was curious about. Also, when they do travel, where do they go? Well, sometimes Jane's research team would follow a particular chimpanzee for numerous days at a time, like day after day after day. And the image that you see here shows Jomio's journey through the forest over the course of one day. The diagram is one example of a model. And making models technically is defined as involving creating representations of complex objects or processes. So why models? Well, models help us study and understand things that are more complex or that can't really be observed very easily in a direct fashion. So using a model like the map here in the image, Jane and her assistants could share information that would otherwise be kind of difficult to explain. And we've got models all around us. Just look around. You can see physical models like globes or the sets used in filming your favorite TV show. Those aren't real houses. When people are in a house, they're actually on a set on some stage in Hollywood or somewhere else. And it's not an actual house, but it looks like a house because it's a model. It's it's a representation of the real thing. Some models can actually be generated by computers, like the map. But it's important to keep in mind that models are only representations of the real object or the real process or the data. And if there's some information that's missing from a model, it might cause you to not be able to understand everything about the object or process that model or what it represents. So that's just something to keep in mind. So just like the other tools, sometimes we can be incorrect in our observations. Even through making models, sometimes we can misinterpret what the model represents. Classifying things, we can misclassify things, which cause us to be maybe confused about some other point. And so none of this is perfect, but the more information you gather and the more information you classify and create models for, and the more predictions you're able to make, and the more inferring you can do, the more accurate your analysis will be of that information.